All right, it is that time of the show where we got to get an update on that forecast. It's a little cooler here. Everyone's saying a little cooler, but it's still hot in a lot of places.
It is. It's still toasty, but nowhere near what we saw, 3 or 4 days ago, let alone last week, Kirsten. And all of that due in part to what is happening in the atmosphere. We've got a little bit of a coastal eddy that's made for some cloudier, cooler conditions along the coastline, but that cloudy, cool air mass is definitely making its way into the inland microclimates, and that really shows up on our daytime highs. I mean, 3 or 4 days ago, we were in the upper 90s. Today, 90 degrees in Ramona, although folks down in Campo, 99, still hot there. But boy, once you come a little bit towards the west in those inland microclimates, places like El Cajon, 83, even Miramar into the 70s. So that is a nice cool down. Up in the mountains, because of where the atmosphere is being affected here, still toasty up there. Low 90s in the deserts, 112. But along the coastal strip, upper 60s to low 70s. 74 downtown. That's below our average. A live shot from Mount Woodson looking towards Ramona right now, and you can see skies are clear, no thunderstorms popping up. We'll see the slightly cooler conditions each and every day through the weekend and into the first part of next week. The marine layer will return with some fog along the coastline, and then expect another warm-up. Not dramatic, but another warm-up by mid-next week. That's a live shot from Mount Soledad looking towards Ocean Mission and Pacific Beach, and off in the haze there is Point Loma. 70 degrees right now. The water temperature 63. We'll talk about that in just a moment. Your winds are light out of the west-southwest at 7, and the humidity has come up a little bit. There's that 63-degree reading. And as we look at the surf, 1 to 3 feet, rip currents are low as far as the risk, but if you're not an unaccomplished ocean swimmer, check with lifeguards to make sure they tell you where the safe spots are to go. It's still toasty over the deserts. Flagstaff, though, not so bad at 78, and Tucson at 85. They're seeing some monsoonal flow there. 65 in San Francisco. So high pressure tomorrow morning when we wake up has shifted to the east of us, and that is why we're seeing more of the onshore flow. We'll put this map into motion, and by the time we get to the end of the weekend and into the first part of the week, it has moved well over parts of New Mexico and into Colorado. That will be the case as we get into the first part of the work week, and then by Wednesday and Thursday, things start to definitely get a little bit more heat in the inland microclimates. 74, 74, 75, and there's that warm up by the time we get to Wednesday and Thursday, both along the coast and inland. And for you folks in the mountains, we stay in the upper 80s to low 90s and low 100s. It's time for the weather quiz. Let's take a look at that. When we're talking about an air mass, what does T stand for? Temperature, tropical, temperate, or too hot.
I'm noticing a trend here, and I'm noticing D is always the one I want to go for.
I think you can eliminate at least one of those pretty easily. Okay, so
I think my time in Florida has prepared me for this very moment.
You've got it, I think, Jesse. So to answer the weather quiz, just go to CBS8.com, weather quiz, make your selection, and you could win a family pack of 4 to SeaWorld San Diego, plus the parking passes. 3 lucky family members, 3 lucky families will win. You can enjoy the rides, shows, attractions. This prize is sponsored by Corky's Pest Control. Watch for a new weather quiz every weekday during our show here and on the 7 a.m. news broadcast.